Hello, and welcome back to Satisfactory. In our last episode, we began building the encased industrial beams down there in the steel smelting area. And at the end, I promised to ship all of the copper and Caterium products onto the bus, as well as bring down the three steel products down here on the bus so that we could start feeding things into the space elevator once again. And so we're going to do that now. I want to set up a belt like we did before. Figure out exactly where I want this to go, just like we did before. I guess I shouldn't have deleted the whole thing the last time. That would have probably been smart. Let's set it up here. And then we can just do this kind of thing, although that's really not far enough out. We only have 2 items to bring in here, so it's far enough. Okay, and I will just start with it there. Okay, it was drawing the belt, and I was anticipating it to go faster. So we need to build a assembler, or an assembler. Proper English, Wally, proper English. I'm going to back it off a little bit from that belt. Maybe I should go stand on the belt. Are we on the belt? We're not on the belt. We need to stand on the belt. There we go. And now I'm moving with the belt, so that's not great. How about if I just step off? There we go. I think that is straight on. Yes. Okay, so for now we're going to set up one assembler making versatile frameworks. That's because we need 30 steel beams per minute, and we're not making that many. Or we may be just barely making that many. But we have some buffer built up because it's been, I don't know, maybe a half an hour or something of setting up the bus. So there's been some building going on of the steel beams and whatnot since then. And then we need 2.5 modular frames per minute, and that'll produce 5 versatile frameworks per minute, which is a pretty good number. Not a great number, but a pretty good number because we need 500. So I'm probably at some point going to add a second one here, and at that point I will just merge them together, and call it good. So let's do a little bit of arranging here. I want to put a splitter in. Make sure we're in a good spot here. That's a good spot. That's a good spot. Okay, good. I need to go out. I think it's 3 out. See, the in is there. 1, 2, 3. And then the same thing here. But this one needs to go up to level 3, I believe is what the number is. Oh, you. I keep forgetting that that's a problem. I don't know how, because it's been a problem since the beginning of the game, but still a problem. And we can take these out. So what we'll do here is we'll bring in the product from the bus into here, and then that way later I can split them off this direction to another assembler once we have it. This can go here. So what I want to do is identify which products we're using. So we're using the frames. Where are the frames? Am I not putting them on the bus? I'm not. Well, they gotta go way up there then. Okay. I don't know how I missed that one. Okay, so this needs to go... I think it's here. But of course, well, I guess it doesn't matter because we have to build the other one first. Which means this needs to go all the way up to the very, very, very top. One more. Wish I would have noticed that a few episodes ago, before we started building, or during the last episode, before I started putting all these things on the bus. Okay, so you get to go up I'm listening for the first click. Right there. That'll connect it to that topmost splitter. And then we can do... Or the topmost, yeah, splitter. And come up here. Oh, that doesn't work. Because that's not the top. That's just where the cable is. We need to go up a few more. Too long. Take this out for a moment here. Oh, I need to build this one up too. That's why. Okay, I need to get down. Which means I need to jump down on a midpoint. There we go. We need to build this one up as well. So, that's to put the cable, and then quick wire, and then copper sheets. Cable, quick wire, copper sheets. So then one more for the frames. One more for the frames. Etc. Etc. We don't actually need this one here at all. It's just, it's there from legacy of early on in the bus. If I ever do a oh, crud. Good save there on the edge of the belt. If I ever do a rebuild of the bus, then we'll take care of that then. No, I'm going to have to get down here. Means I'm going to have to get through here. Or up here, at least. Can I do this one? Maybe. There we go. That jump is kind of weird. So you go... You're gonna let me do this? Yes. And then you... There. These things are gonna be used down here anyway somewhere, so it's fine that they're where they are. Oh, I can probably do that way better. Can't afford. Okay, I need to jump back down again, because I need to go visit the iron plates. I'm doing all these as Mark 1 belts for now. They'll get upgraded to Mark 2s. If they need to be, I guess. And you know what? I'm going to do these from the ground. It's a little bit insane up there anyway. Let's do these from the ground. Okay. You go here. Actually, you know what? Let's do the topmost one that we can do first. Because then it's a little easier to aim at the next one. Until the... Well, I guess it didn't matter in that case. So let's go back to splitters now. Let's get behind it so we can see the input to make sure the input is correct. That one. That one. And it should be that one. Climb all the way up here and make sure. You go there. That is a very level belt. Nice. Okay, we can jump from there. And then this one. Thank you for lagging there, game. And then finally, redo the elevator. Eventually we're going to run out of space for the elevator. Or height for the elevator. That one. And then we'll use the control... mouse over to highlight all of those but the topmost one. And that should let us get the frames on... Before I fall off the edge of this thing here, widen this just a little bit more. There they go, in both directions. Excellent. Okay. And now we need another belt. Here. And there. Now, back to what we were working on. For this to work, we need to put a splitter in line with this splitter on one of the belts, which happens to be just slightly out of alignment with that. Not that it matters a whole lot, I hope. Can I build through that one? Or are you going to block me? You're going to block me. Oh, no, wait. No, you're not. Excellent. But boy, is it having a fun time with the, and then this one. So again, the problem becomes that this last segment of belt doesn't really snap into that splitter. So instead of fiddling with it, making sure it's positioned correctly and everything, I'm going to just do it this way, which meant that deconstructing it could have. Be very, very careful here. That's 7. I counted them, and it came out to be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more. So now this one I can actually bring down this far. I don't like to have these way up. It just feels, I don't know, it feels weird to me, I guess. I don't know how. Oh, wait a minute. I missed one. Okay. So I can bring this down to splitter or height level, stack level 2. Which is perfect. I'm just going to put this here as a marker. And then we'll get 7 here. You come down. And that right there. And then we can bring this across and connect it in there. And that'll be our belt for the modular frames. And then we need to bring in, I forgot the other thing was already. Excuse me. Steel beams. Steel beams are here, I think. Yes, there they are. So now this one, I do want to bring it down, or I want to balance it out at some level. And I think the level to balance it out on is probably going to be, oopsie. Nope, not that either. Middle mouse, there we go. You'd think I'd know that by now as well. I think we can just do that also right here at level 3. And then we need to build our splitter stack. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Except that that one needs to be rotated correctly. Oh, it actually might have already been. And then I need to take out the belt and put the belt back in. Now that's going to be the fun one to get into. That I might need an assist by a ladder here. A little bit more. There we are. But technically I don't need that segment of the belt. It also doesn't really hurt either. Okay. Now I need just deconstruct 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Bring this down. It clinked in there, I heard it. It's not... Yeah, it's right actually. Then we go here, and there, And then we need to bring power in. Oh, they changed the skins for the power poles, by the way. That was in the patch notes for today as I record this, which is Wednesday. Go in here. Bring it up to there-ish. Actually, I can go there instead. So they're a little bit different here. That's the level 1 power pole. The level 2 just has a little bit of paint on it, it looks like. But that's about it. Connect that in. Connect that in. And they are off. So we are currently feeding in 60 beams per minute and 60 modular frames per minute because that's how many are on the belt, and they each have a backlog. But what we're producing can't anywhere near handle 60, but we don't need to produce 60. These we're producing 2 and 2, so we're producing 4 modular frames per minute, which will be more than fine for even 2 assemblers, I think, wasn't it? I've already forgotten what the number was. Versatile framework. We need, no, actually, wouldn't be. It would be a little bit under. Did I connect that belt, by the way? I did not. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. Excellent. There go the first 2 versatile frameworks. Excellent. Okay. But the steel beams, we're consuming 30 per minute, and we're not producing 30 a minute. So we need to come down here next and look at upgrading the steel. Let's see. Beams are here. No, that's pipes. Beams are here. If we were getting in all the steel we could, we would only be producing 30. We have 2 assemblers here. We're not getting in all the steel that we possibly could. We only have, if you recall, 120 steel coming, or iron and coal coming up. Which means that we're only producing 120. You know what? There can only be 60 coming along this belt. So actually right now, because the pipes are backed up, we are actually producing No, we're not. Because we're only able to consume 30 each machine. So we're only producing about 15 beams per minute right now. Which means that this small backlog is going to get quickly spent. So in order to combat that, I am ready to boost the production of the coal, not that one, the iron here and the coal over here that are coming up here. Or maybe this one is. Wait a minute. This one is. That's the coal and the iron. Yes. This coal and this iron, which are these 2 combined, because they're normal nodes, they're going into a... so they're 60 each, going into a Mark II belt, which is 120. And this one, which is a pure node, which is 120 coming in. So if we put Mark II miners on those 3 there, that'll give us 240 coal and iron, which means 240 steel once we build up enough of an infrastructure here. So in order to do that, we need to make 3 Mark II miners, which means we need encased industrial beams. Hopefully there are some in here. There are some. I'll just take all 100 right now. We'll need 90 of them. Oh, we only need 30 of them. Okay, I'll take all 100 anyway. Anyway. Pipes we're okay on. Modular frames we're good on. The other thing we're going to need is also Mark III belts, which require the regular beams and the regular beams for the lifts as well. So let's take a bunch of beams, which means that we're going to quickly starve out... How many is that here? 600? Hopefully that's enough. That means we're going to quickly starve out quicker even quicker, starve out the production of the versatile frameworks, but if we get this done fast enough, it won't matter. So we're going to take the express road down here. And splash down. And apparently we have a wild hog again. This is the big one. I'm trying to hit him. That's a Samor blob there. But he's stuck at the bottom, so maybe we can shoot him instead. I know I hit him a few times with the, there he goes. I know I hit him a few times with the sword, so I knew we didn't have too many shots to do. There we go. That'll be good, because that'll give us a few more of those alien carapaces that we don't really need, but that we could use potentially for... let's see, how do I want to get over here? This way, I think. Biofuel, if we wanted to boost our power production. Or biomass to make things like fabric out of, which we aren't really using at this point. I need to make 2 portable miners, I think, to get this whole thing started. I'm going to make sure that nobody respawned over here, though. I thought we had killed that hog before. Anybody respawning? Stand up here. I don't see anyone. Kinda surprised. Let's do a, production, equipment workshop. So these call for 2 portable miners. I'm hoping that when I replace this one, since you can fast replace these, I'm hoping that that'll just return the one. Yeah, it does. So unfortunately I need to make one more. Well, I don't need to. I could deconstruct that and rebuild it and get the one back. But we have to make 3 anyway, so that's our 3. Actually, or is it? Did that cut the power? No, it didn't even cut the power. That's nice. That's good. And then I'll have to go up there to do the other one. Let's do a couple of these belts while we're here. Get out of there, giant tick. Okay, I went all the way to where the 2 belts come together. Fortunately, mergers run at whatever speed the belts run, so you don't have to worry about upgrading mergers and splitters and stuff. Okay, so I think I'm going to deconstruct this one. Let's do a power line cut first. I'm out of space. How am I out of space? Hope I didn't drop any boxes. Because I don't know where they would be. Oh, that could have been messy. Curse splat. I don't see any... Oh, there's a box right there on that belt. And one on this belt. Okay, we're going to pick those up. Alright. So that means this miner was full of ore. Which means that if I pick this up, I'm going to get 61 ore. Yeah, that's not good. What can I do to downsize what I have in my inventory? Nothing. I guess I could upgrade some of these belts. That would help matters. That's a lift, not a belt, Wally. Let's do this one. We could do this lift as well. So the lifts have the same icon, or the same indicator, rather, on them as the as the belts do, to tell you that you are looking at a Mark II, Mark 1, Mark 3. That's upgraded all the way there. Oh, there are boxes on the belts still. Gross. Right, I'm going to have to deal with that. But that's the end of that guy. Wonder what's in those boxes. And this box. What's in this box? Lots of stuff. Oh man. Okay. Let's do organization. Personal storage box, which apparently got a reskin as well. That looks better. I like that better. Put a couple of these in here, I guess. I wish I'd have noticed that I was that close up top. Okay, I got that. Now I can do, let's see, this goes around here. Let's do a Mark II minor. And point it in this general direction. Power is there. And then Mark III belts here. To there. Already a 3. Can I pull this up? Yes, I can. Okay. Ooh. Don't. Oh. Uh-oh. That's going to hurt. Yeah, that hurt. Okay, I want to try and get to that box. Grab all of those. And I fell off. Ooh, bacon. I have a stack already anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, and then this, we can go up here. It's all the boxes on the iron belt, but there are 2 boxes on the coal belt here. Oh, that's why. They're Mark II belts already, so they have... Trying to get off of the belt. There we go. If I run along the edge, I can run at full speed, but as soon as I veer into the belt, then I get snagged. Okay, so these guys all look like they're okay. I don't see any boxes around. Hopefully I didn't leave anything behind. Is that the tick? Is he stuck? Idiot. Okay, back up on the belts. It'd be easier to upgrade them up here. And Mark III. Well, actually, will it be? It won't be easier to upgrade the coal belt from up here. But we'll do that, and I can jump down onto this place here. Yeah, he's stuck in the ramps, but I'm not going to worry about him. There. Now, did I leave anything behind? The answer appears to be no. No boxes. That's excellent. Now, lifts. And I just filled up my inventory with iron ore. Which means I may have left some boxes behind here. May have. I don't see any down here. And I don't think I see any up there anywhere. So if I did not, that's a very good thing. Okay. I'm going to pause just to save you guys the dizzying run up the ramps once again. And I'll meet you at the top. And I'm back here at the top. So now we need to look at the belts and upgrade many, many belts. First of all, though, we should probably look at how many foundries we're actually going to need. And I can also get rid of... Ooh, that's gross. Some of this junk. Do you have a backlog? Yeah, you do. Okay. Well, at least I freed up a slot or 2. I would be shocked if we didn't leave a box someplace in that whole mess, but I'm not going to go and try and find it if it's down there. If anybody noticed it and wants to leave a comment, feel free. But otherwise, I'm going to leave it alone. So we're consuming 45 of each. We're producing 240 of each, which means we can support 5 point something foundries. The point something, I'd have to get a calculator out, so I'm going to do that real quick. 240 divided by 45 is 5.33 foundries. We already built 4, so we just need to build the 5th here, and the 0.33rd here. Let's see, then we need splitters for these guys. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and connect this up just so we can start processing stuff into this one. We'll go ahead and upgrade the belts once we get everything set up here. See, a splitter comes in here. We need to go up to the 3rd spot for the left one. Yeah. And the 1st spot here. And then here. And here. They don't seem to want to give us the guideline spots for these. But the way to figure it out is a little bit it's pretty easy. When you're putting down the splitter, if you don't get that guideline off of the machine, you can see the little arrows. And you can see that if you're standing nearby the center line anyway, you can see the arrows pulling into the machine, which are orange, and you can see the arrows pointing out of the splitter, which are blue. And if you go over one or the other direction too much, you can see that they're not anywhere near aligned. So even if you don't have that guideline center line there against the machine, you can still see what's where. Actually, I need one of these if I'm going to connect this thing up. And one of these. And one of those. And then, wait, that was the, never mind, that was the 5th and 6th one. This one was already going. Okay, let's feed you some more coal. And let's get rid of some more of the coal here. And then the last of the coal can go into you. Excellent. I'll power those guys up in a second. Let's grab a splitter, or an elevator here, and a belt here, and a belt here, 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 and there. And that should be all the belts. That should be everyone running. What I didn't check, yeah, I didn't do that right. This, nope, this should be deconstructed here, because we should have mergers in here. These also don't show the proper output lines, but you can see again the arrows line up properly. And there. And there. And once again, I'm just going to connect them all with Mark 1 belts and get everything connected first. You're going to have stuff coming out, and then this one here. And then we need a power pole between machines 5 and 6. I don't know, I kind of like the old power pole mesh better, but I'm also kind of weird. Just take that power line out. It's going to cut the whole thing off. It's fine. It's fine. Because there it's back on again. And these two are now on, and they should be getting the stuff they need. Okay. So now we're running 5.33. This needs to be 33%. Now I'll make it 34% just to be safe. That way it'll consume just over 15 per minute, which is what we need. And then we need to look at upgrading other belts. So we need belts 3. Definitely this one. Definitely this one. Definitely that one. And that one. Good thing I didn't miss that. And then we're going to have to do math from there on the belts themselves. This lift needs to go. And then everything else will be belts. So this machine consumes... So we have 240 coming in. This machine here consumes 45. That puts us at 195, which is still greater than 120. So these two belts need to get upgraded. Minus 45 more puts us at 150. That means these two belts also need to be upgraded. Minus 45 more puts us at 105. So these need to be Mark II belts. Minus 45 more puts us at 60. So these only need to be Mark I belts. This one will consume 45 of that 60, and then the last one should get 15 of it. Everything will balance out eventually, as we've talked about before with these builds. What do we have here? Iron. Oh, the irony. There we go. And you get that stuff. And you can also have these so that they can get put back out onto the belt. Now we need to do belts over here. Let's start again from the end. Mark III. That means U. This one is Mark I. So that's 45, so that's 195 coming on this belt. 150 coming on this belt. Whoa, slow down, Wally. And then this can be a Mark II belt, because that's only 105. And then this one can be Mark I, and so can that one. All the belts coming out of the machines themselves are Mark Is, because that's all they need to be, because they're only outputting 45. Okay, so the next thing is the belts here. What I want to do with these is a little bit different than what I had been doing. I was splitting them 60 and 60. I think I'm going to split them 240 and 240. That way either array can accept a little bit more if the output is greater. We're going to add... We could add some more pipe makers. I'm not going to add them right now. But we are going to add some more steel beam makers because we need them. So I'm going to take this out, and this out, which means you're going to get those ingots that I just picked up. Let's see. Let's add at least 2 more of these. 2 more to start with. And then a splitter. Lines up right there, but we need to turn it that way. And this one goes here. And this one goes here. Now, I tested this before I started. There was a comment, or an item in the... let me do this real quick. There's an item in the patch notes for today's patch that said all pipe or belt lengths need to be at least 1 length now. They cannot be built shorter. As you can see, I'm building to where the exterior border of the splitter is separated slightly from the border of the machine. If I kick this in 1 more spot, I can still build it. In fact, I can still build it 2 spots in, 2 meters in as well. But I'm not going to. Actually, wait a minute. I am going to build it 1 more in, just to demonstrate this a little bit. So we can build this belt here, no problem. And I'm going to actually build that one again quickly, and this one again quickly, so that that machine at least starts. And we actually can do this one too. But this one, I want to see how this works, because I didn't test this part. So that connects fine still. That's not... That must still be considered 1 segment, and it does look fairly long. But what if I do that length? That won't even let me in there. Oh, it's also misaligned. Deconstruct. Pick that up again. So we tested that one. This is the one. But that won't even let me... That's the one that's no longer going to be allowed, I think. I can't even tell which one it's connected to and which one it's not. So that's the belt segments that are no longer going to be allowed, which is fine because we don't need to build that close anyway. I'm going to put a splitter here, even though we're only going to have 1 output to it. because I would rather have it there and use it later. Steel beam. And we don't have power here. So once again, we'll need to put down a power pole. Like we're putting them right there. Connect, 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 and connect. Deconstruct this guy, and this guy. And then a merger goes here. That one. And I'm going to put one here also, just like we did the splitter, just to make sure that we have the space when we need it, or if we need it, to build more beams. But we also need to do some math on the beams to make sure that we are producing, or on the steel, to see how much we're actually consuming and how much we're not. Okay, let's talk belts again, briefly. 15, we have 4, that's 60. We don't need to upgrade this yet. However, this consumes 60. So if this is 240 coming in, once these starve out, or once these back up, I should say, if we have 240 coming in, then I want to upgrade this belt here to Mark III. This one can stay a 1 because it only needs 60. And then I want to upgrade this belt here to a Mark II because that'll be down to 120 on this belt. And then the rest of these belts can just be 60. So in fact, 4 of these is enough right now. We can't actually handle more right now. Here, I'm going to leave this alone. I have the 240 there, but it'll actually only take 120 because it'll put only 60 and 60. Actually, only 30 and 30. So we could actually make a lot of pipes. So we're consuming, if all this was running, we're consuming 30 and 30 and 460. So technically, we're consuming more than everything we can produce right now. If we needed more pipes, they would get their share kind of first-ish. So then we would just starve out the beam crafting here a little bit. Well, we used most of those beams we picked up, by the way. That's pretty incredible. But now we're making 60 beams per minute, which is twice the amount we needed for the versatile frameworks. So that is awesome. That is also a very long episode, but I think it was essential to make sure that we are producing everything accurately, and including starting from the mining way out there and getting through the smelting or the foundering. I don't know the word is smelting. The smelting of the steel here, and then what we can handle as far as crafting. We could also increase the production here. We're only consuming 24 per minute, so we could in fact double this if we wanted to, but I think 6 per minute encased industrial beams is okay for right now, especially because I want those beams to go to the versatile frameworks. Why is that not getting enough beams? Is it just they haven't made their way through the whole system yet? Yeah, they're just now kicking in. Okay, so I think this is a good place to leave it. In the next episode, we'll look at the other part that we needed, the automated wiring. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.